the most important questions which will be appearing in your SSLC board examination. So note the questions and practice. I'll give you some set of questions. In those questions will be coming for your preparatory also and your final examination also. And the questions are, the product of HCF and LCM of two numbers is 15 and 20. Okay, how to solve this problem? This is a very easy question, students. HCF into LCM is equal to A into B. So this is what? The product of HCM and LCM. Product, what is the meaning of product? Is multiplication. The multiplication of two numbers, that is HCF and LCM, is equal to A to B. What is A here? It is 15. What is B here? It is 20. 15 into 20. 15 twos are, it is 30. You can add on 300. The option is C. The same way, for any integer n, 6 power n always ends with. Very tricky question, and many of the students fail to answer this question. I think it's a very simple question, students. See, try to understand 6 power n. For any integer n, 6 power n always ends with. Means, put down the values. What if n is equal to 1? 6 power 1 will be equal to 6. The same way, 6 power 2, 6 6 are 36. In the same way, 6 power 3, it is 216. So you can check the numbers which is ending with. This is 6 ending with 6, and the 6 power 2 it is ending with 6, and 6 power 3 ending with 6. All the numbers till n, it always ends with 6. The answer is option D. Now let us come to the another question. The factors of 32 are. So what are factors? So that is prime factorization. So you can take the number 32. Do the thing. 2 1s are 2. 2 1s are 2. In this, 1 is remaining. It becomes 12. 2 6s are 12. Next again, 16 divided by 2 is 8. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now count down how many 2s are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Means it is 2 power 5. Now check the answer. It is option A. Question number 4 says 80 is equal to 2 power p and 5 power q. Then find p plus q. So what is p plus q? Now you can understand 2 power p and 5 power q is a very simple question, students. So you have to take 80. You have to do the factorization. 80 divided by 2 is 40. Then 40 divided by 2 is 20. Then 20 divided by 2 is 10. And 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now check here, how many 2's are there? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 power 4 into, there is 1, 5. See, P is given, what is P here? P is equal to 4 and Q is equal to 1. Okay? Now they are asking P plus Q. What is P plus Q? P plus Q will be equal to 4 plus 1, which is equal to 5. Done? Next, if A and B are any two positive integers, then HCF of A comma B and LCM of A comma B is. See, this is the formula, you already know that. So when the product of HCF and LCM is HCF of A comma B and LCM of A comma B, then the answer will be A into B. It is a very basic formula, you all know. Next question, if HCF of 72 and 120 is 24, then their LCM is. This is one number, which is A. This is another number, which is B. And they have given HCF, which is HCF is 24. Now you know the formula. What is the formula? The same formula here which is given. HCF into LCM is equal to A into B. HCF is given. What is HCF? 24. You have to find LCM. What is A? It is 72 into B is 120. Now LCM is equal to 72 into 120 divided by 24. Now if you cancel these numbers, if you cancel it out, you will be getting LCM is equal to 360. This is the value. Okay, then it will be option C. Next, the question number 7 says, if 200 is equal to 2 power m into 5 power n, find m and n. Now the same thing you have to do. You have to do the prime factorization. 200 and 200 divided by 2 is 100. 100 divided by 2 is 50. 50 divided by 2 is 25. And 25 can't be divided by 2. Then take a prime number. The next prime number is 5. 5 is at 25. Now calculate here how many 2's are there. 1, 2, 3. It is 2 power 3 into 5 power 2. Okay. So in the place of m, you can see, you can compare things. 2 power m into 5 power n. In place of m you have 3, in place of n you have 2. Then what is the value of m? M is equal to 3, comma n is equal to 2. Yes. Next we will move on to the next question, 8th question. 8th question says find n if n is equal to 2 cube and 3 cube. The question number 8, this is 7. So n is equal to 2 power 3 into 3 power 3. 2 cube is 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. 3 cube is 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27. Okay. Now what is the value of n? 8 into 27. 27 8s is 260. Okay. Next. State the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. This is one more question, students, very important. So kindly study the definition. Next we'll move on to the next question. If p comma q is 1, what is an LCM of p and q? Okay. What is LCM of p and q? Now they are saying that p comma q is equal to 1. The meaning of it is a co-prime. Now students, you have to understand what is a co-prime. Co-prime, two prime numbers. Before that you have to understand what is a prime number. Everything you have to question. The prime number is nothing but the number which is divisible by itself. Now come with me. 2 is a number. It can divide by itself. 2 cannot be divided by any other number. Now come to 3. 3 can also be divided by itself. 3 can only be divided by 3. It cannot be divided by any number. Then come to 4. 4 is not a prime number. It can be divided by 2 also. Then it becomes a composite number. Then come to 5. 5 can be divided by any number? No. 5 can be divided by only 5. So that is why we call it as a 5 is a prime number. Now come to 6. 6 can be divided by 3 also, and 6 can be divided by 2 also. That becomes a composite number. The number which is dividing by itself is called as a prime number. The number which can be divided by any other numbers is called as composite numbers. Or the number other than prime numbers, you call it as a composite number. Now come here. So it is a very simple thing. See, then LCM, if p comma q is equal to 1, what is LCM of p and q? Then LCM can be written as p into q. How do you get this p into q, students? Let me give you an example. Very simple example. Now take HCF of 2 comma 4. See, if I am doing this HCF of 2 comma 4, then 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are. Here, the HCF you are getting is 2. That is what highest common factor. Now, imagine you are taking a number 2 comma 5. See, HCF means these two numbers has to be divided by a same number. But here, you have to divide it by 2 ones and you have to divide it by 5 ones. Then, the HCF will become, HCF is equal to 1. Then, you find the LCM for this. What is LCM for this? One time you will be dividing with 2, the another time you will be dividing it with 5, 1 comma 1. Next, LCM is equal to 2 5s are, 2 into 5 is 5 2s are 10. So, every time you are dividing with single number when you are doing the LCM. So, that is why this HCF, if you are getting 1, then you call it as a co-prime number. In the same way, you can answer the another question. What is the HCF of 2 prime numbers? So 2 and 5 are the prime numbers, correct? Now if you are finding HCF, what is you are getting? HCF is equal to 1. Now what is a co-prime? I already told you 2 comma 5 is a co-prime. Why it is a co-prime? Because the HCF is 1. So if the HCF is 1, such a numbers are called as co-prime numbers. Now if I take 2 comma 7, this is also a co-prime because 2 numbers are the prime numbers. Any 2 prime numbers is called as a co-prime. That's all. Next, there is one more number called as twin prime. This is the question sometimes they may ask me, students. Not regularly, but sometimes. These are all one mark questions, very important questions. What is a twin prime? If the difference between two numbers, those should also be a prime number. Understand? Those should also be a prime number. If the difference of those two prime numbers is 2, then it is called as a twin prime number. Twin, the name itself says 41 and 43. These two numbers are twin prime numbers. See the difference, 43, 41. 43 minus 41 is 2. The difference you are getting is 2. Then such a number is called as twin prime number. Okay, twin prime number. So these are all 1 marks, very important questions. In these questions, any question might appear in your examination. Okay. Next, the 2 marks, very important question that might appear in your board examination. To prove that this is irrational, how will you prove it? First, we have to assume it as a rational number. So let us assume that 5 plus 2 3 is a rational number when p comma q is equal to 1. What is the meaning of it, students? P comma q is equal to 1 matlab So this is a co-prime number. Co-prime number. What is the meaning of co-prime number? If the HCF is equal to 1, then it becomes a co-prime number. Now we have to assume it. Let 6 plus root 2 is equal to P by Q. Okay, where P and Q are integers, Q not equal to 0. Now here understand students, you have to write Q not is equal to 0. Why you have to write Q not is equal to 0? See, if this P becomes 0, if this Q becomes 0, then P by Q, which is equal to P by 0. If this is becoming 0, you have already studied in your trigonometry. It becomes an undefined number or infinity. So that is the reason you are writing Q not equal to 0. Try to understand it. Now it is a basic mathematics you can do. You can send this 6 to that side, it becomes minus 6. Okay, root 2 is here itself, sending this 6. If here it is plus, if it is going on the other side, it becomes minus 6. Then take the LCM. Q into 1, Q into 6, it becomes 6Q. Then Q into 1, it becomes Q. Got it? Now root 2 is equal to P minus 6Q by Q. Here, we already know that P and Q are prime numbers. That is why you have written P comma Q is equal to 1 matlab. This is also a prime number. This is also a prime number. That is why you are saying it is a co-prime number. So when P and Q are prime numbers, then 6 minus P minus 6Q is also a rational number. When it is a prime, it is a rational number. And again divided by Q, this is a rational number. But here, root 2 is irrational. Now, what we are understanding here is, we are saying it, one is a boy, another is a girl. Boy and girls are equal. How can a boy and girl can be equal? It cannot be equal. What the point? So, it has to be different. In the same way, here you can see here. So, this is an irrational number and this is a rational number. We are saying rational is equal to irrational. It is not possible. Can you say 1 is equal to 0? 1 cannot be equal to 0. 0 is 0, 1 is 1. In the same way, which contradicts the fact that 6 plus root 2 is rational. We cannot say it as a rational number. Hence, whatever the assumption we have done is wrong. Our assumption is wrong, or we can write false, and 6 plus root 2 is a rational number. In the same way, you can try few more sums, students. So that few more sums are, second one, 2 plus root 5, third one, 3 plus 2 root 5, okay, next, fourth one, 6 plus root 2. Explain why 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 and 6 into 7 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 plus 5 are composite numbers. See, what are composite numbers? I've already told you, the numbers other than prime numbers is known as composite number. And the product of prime numbers is also known as a composite number. Now you see, students, here 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13. You already know the board mass rule. 13 and 13 is common. Nikal do bahar, came outside, and when you are sending this 13 outside, the number, it will always be outside itself. It never comes inside. So 13 came outside, here the 13 is missing, and 13 came outside. This is nothing but 13 into 1. That when 13 comes outside, the remaining value is 1. Next, 7 into 11 is 77, and 1 is here. 77 plus 1 is 78, 13 into 78. Now, the 78 can be written as 13 into 3 into 2. Do the prime factorization. Now, see, 13 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 2 is a prime number, then the product of primes, the product of prime numbers is known as a composite number. That is why you are calling this as a composite number. Then come to here, the same thing you have to do. 5 and 5 is common on the both side, bring the 5 outside, then it becomes 6 into 7 into 4 into 3 into 2 plus 1. And if you multiply this, you will be getting 1008. 1008 plus 1 is 1009. 1009 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number. The product of two prime numbers is called as a composite number. Find the LCM and HCF of. So I have given some list of questions, students. In this question, any one question might come in your examination, but the numbers might change. Okay. So I will be explaining you two numbers HCF and LCM and three numbers HCF and LCM. So let us go to the 6 and 20. First we will find HCF. Okay. HCF. So take 6, 20. So you have to always do with prime numbers. What is the first prime number? 2. 2 3s are 6. Next, 2 10s are. Now see, students, 3 cannot be divided by 2. Okay, and 3 can only be divided by 3. Then check the 10 number. 10 cannot be divided by 3. See, the rule here is when you are finding HCF, both the number has to divide by same number. If it is not dividing by same number, you have to stop the HCF procedure. Now see, what is HCF is equal to 2. 2 is the number which is dividing by both the numbers. So HCF is 2. Now come to the LCM part. The same thing you have to do. 6, 20. 2, 2 3s are, and 2 10s are. Then continue. That is why it is known as least common multiple. 3 1s are 3, then 10 remains as it is. Next again, 5s are, 5 is a prime number and 2 is also a prime number. 2, 2 5s are. Next, 5 1s are 1s. Now what will be your LCM? LCM is equal to 2, you have 2 2's, 2 power 2 into 3 into 5. Okay, this is the product of primes. Now if you multiply this, 2 2's are 4 into 5 3's are 15, 15 4's are is 60. The LCM is 60. So here, take the three numbers. First we will do HCF. 6 comma 72 comma 120. Now check the number. You can do it by 2 or C you can do it by 6. 2 3's are 6, correct? And here again 2 2's are 4, 2 3's are 6, 2 3's are 6 and 1 is remaining, carry becomes 12. Next 2 6's are 12. Yes. Next again 2 6's are 12, 0 is there, right as it is. Next 3 1's are 3, next 3 1's are 3, 3 2's are 6, next 3 2's are 6 20 as it is. Now you can check, students. See, all the 3 numbers divided by 2 is done. Then all the 3 numbers divided by 3 is done. Now see, you have got 1 here. All the 3 numbers cannot be divided by same number. Now what you can do is HCF is equal to 3 2's are, it is 6. Now what is the HCF? 6. Now come to the LCM part. LCM 6 72 120. The procedure continues. 2 3 36 60, same as it is. Here also 3 1 12 and 20. Now again you have to do with another prime number. 2 1 as it is, write on 1. Next 2 6 are 12, next 2 10s are. In the same way again 2 1 comma, this 2 3s are, 2 5s are. Okay, you can end here. See, there are how many 2's? 1 2 3. LCM is equal to 2 power 3 because there are 3 2's. Now again check the 3 1 is here, 1 is here, into 3 power 2 into, check, there is 1 5, write on 5. In LCM you have to write all the numbers. Okay, these are the questions that you have to practice, which will be appearing in your examination. 3 marks question in the real numbers, very important question. This has been appeared 3 times in your final board examination. Root 5 is irrational. So root 5 is irrational. How you have to prove this? The same procedure, students. Let us assume root 5 is a rational number. We are assuming that root 5 is a rational number. Then you have to write it as, then root 5 is equal to A by B. Last time I have written in 2 marks P by Q. Students, you can write any number. Any number. Okay? So you can write any number. Try to understand this. A by B, C by D, P by Q, or my name Sanjay by Rajkumar. Anything you can write. Here, root 5 is A by B, where A and B are co-prime numbers. Co-prime matlab, you know that HCF of 2 numbers is equal to 1, then you call it as a co-prime number. A comma B is equal to 1. Now here, you have to square on both sides. Root will be gone, it will become 5 is equal to A square by B square. The same way, B square is equal to A square by 5. Okay? Now, you can see that this A square is dividing 5. 5 divides A square, but 5 is a prime number. Then, hence, you can see it as 5 also divides A. So, if 5 is dividing A square, then 5 should divide A also. In the same way, come to the next part. Let A is equal to 5C, where C is an integer. You already know that 5 is equal to A square by B square. Instead of A, put 5C. You can see here, put 5C. Then it becomes 5 square means, you can say 5 into 5, C square I already know. Cancel this 5 and 5. If this 5 and 5 gets cancelled out, the remaining is 1 here and the another is 5C square by B square. Then again you send this B square here, cross multiplication, B square is equal to 5C square, then send this 5 down. Then it becomes C square is equal to B square by 5. Now here you can see that 5 is dividing A square also and 5 is dividing B square also. Since A and B are co-prime, it has a common factor. It has a common factor. It is dividing both the numbers. It is dividing A also and it is dividing B also. Now when it is dividing both the numbers, what is a common factor here? See, this is 5, B is dividing 5, sorry, A is dividing 5 and B is also dividing by 5. When both the numbers are dividing by 5, 5 is a common factor. Hence A comma B have a common factor 5. So when it has a common factor, okay, we say that it contradicts our statement. Hence our assumption is wrong. Therefore our assumption is wrong. Hence root 5 is a irrational number. So in the same way, I will be giving you 3 questions. Solve these 3 questions. One question though it will be coming in your final examination. Second one is root 2 is irrational. Next, third one is root 3. Check the numbers. Root 2, root 5, or root 3. In these 3, any one number might come. And last one I will give you root 7. Root 7. Any of the question, root 5, root 2, root 3, root 7. Any one question will come in your examination. Pakka, 100%. You can check the question paper this time.